Are you the boss? Am I the boss? Who's the boss? We gotta know. Is it Tony Danza? I'm the boss of the card game's gonna settle this once and for all.
Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
I'm the Boss card game takes I'm the Boss and puts it down into a card game. Sort of. They actually don't play that much alike. So you're going to be playing cards, you want to follow the color that's being played, and the boss guy's going to be able to help two people out that will be cousins and be able to try to win, and you're trying to get the most money, and you're trying to be the boss, and there's a lot of wheeling, there's a lot of dealing, and it works better with more people. It's going to be a very chaotic experience. There's going to be a lot of hurt feelings, and yays of hooray, and backstabbings, and short-term alliances, and long-term alliances, and all of that will be going into this card game of what you're going to be experiencing inside of it. So you're going to be more of a rambunctious crowd that's going to want to get into this. If you're looking for long-term strategy or a thinker that make you think, this isn't going to be it. It's going to be much more about the frenetic pace of what you're going to find in this game. That's going to be great for some people. For others, that's going to be a turnoff. And for my family, this is the type of game that we would necessarily play or enjoy. I think that we would like the play style of it, but the thematic purpose of it just wasn't for us. So many games in the world, we were going to go ahead and purge it. But if you're looking for a family weight game or a light game with this wheeling and dealing and chaoticness, this could definitely be it for you. This is an old one. It has an interesting history that Sid Sackson, this was in his notes after he passed away, and they were going to put the notes together and put the game out. So it may not have been a game that necessarily he would have signed off on it, thus he never released it, right? So it kind of has a little bit of a history to it, which is kind of cool. For us, it's going to be a purge, but I could see a lot of people getting into this, very much so. Here's I'm the Boss card game. You can see it kind of has a weird motif on the front, but that's going to match the artwork. It's going to be number 12 in the Eagle Griffin games, if you care about that sort of thing, and it has a picture of the components on the back. When you open it up, and all these games, I should say, come in a certain box size, and they all kind of match. You get a rule book, which we'll take a look at in a few minutes. It was somewhat custom insert. If it's not custom, you know, it certainly looks like you're going to have these cards here that will be the I'm the Boss cards, and they're going to have different artwork on them. The different people. There's 3 different suits in the game, and you have different numbers up in the corners. You're going to have these really nice cardboard things. They say I'm in or pass, so you can flip these on your turn to show that you're passing or not. And then all the money in the game is going to be cards, so it's really, really nice. You know, no paper money here. Very good components. I have very little complaints about the components in this game. I think it's all very, very nice. Rule book, it feels like hard paper, almost like cardboard. You're going to have a picture of the components with everything listed and then a picture of them. It's going to unfold like a map. And whew, a lot of small font here. So you're going to have to read through this. Pictures, but these pictures really don't teach you how to play the game. They just tell you what the components are, which you should already know from over here. On the other side, understanding of the cards and how to win, and then an advertisement at the end. Very good. I mean, you probably need 5 to 10 minutes to read this. It's kind of more of a mass market game. Anybody could be up and running in no time. So the goal of the game is to score the most money, and this will kind of work as victory points in the game. Each player will get 2 of these that you can use on each round, and they show if you're in. If you want to pass, you can just flip it over so you pass, but you're not out of the round until you pass twice. You can certainly, on one turn, flip them both over if you so chose, or just one to get a little closer, tell them, look, I'm thinking about passing soon, things of that nature, but this will signify whether you're in. Once all players pass, the round is over, and you continue to play to everybody has been the boss X amount of turns based on the number of players. The boss player will pick one of the 3 suits and place a card down. This tells you right now the pot is 1. And then another player could play a card and increase it to 3, or, you know, somebody wanted to play a card and now it's up to 7. Keep in mind there are some negative cards that can be played. If the pot ends up negative at the end of the round, then everybody would have to pay the bank in. So if this was like this and you only had 1 card and it was -2, everybody who had a share would have to pay $2 to the bank. But the majority of the time, you're going to see a positive number that you would gain from the bank. That's how you would gain points. You might have a card like this, and this will give you, if you play this in front of you, this will give you a piece of the share as you're going through. These cards will come up here that will be multipliers. So if you had, you know, maybe this was out with the 3 multipliers, then whatever the pot would be, we multiply by 3. So this would be 6, 7, minus 2 is 5. So if this was out and you had the multipliers there, then the pot would actually be 15. These modifiers stay out from round to round, so the pot's going to get bigger each time you play. Now, whoever has the boss is going to have this token in front of them to signify they are going to be the boss, but they will also have these 2 tiles, which are the cousins. And they can kind of use these cousins to negotiate. So you give this to another player, hey, if you play a positive number or only a positive number, I'll give you the cousin. And the good thing about being a cousin is you're going to get a share of the pot at the end of the round. So you'll be working with the boss to try to increase it as much as possible, so you will be able to split the pot with the boss. So these 3 cousins will be working together, but the boss will choose who he wants to be the cousins for the round. If you know somebody doesn't have any cards to play, because maybe you're playing green and all they have are red cards, well, you probably don't want them to be the cousin because they're not going to help you out very much. You negotiate this as you go through. Once again, you play a number of rounds where everybody can be the boss, X amount of turns. Whoever has the most money is your winner. Who should buy this game? Families, you're looking at lighter gamers that want that chaotic and that frenetic pace that's to this game. It's just frantic and a lot of wheeling and dealing, and you're making short-term alliances and long-term alliances, and it's all in this little small card package. So if somebody's going to like that, and that sounds like it's appealing, you can literally play this with anyone. This game is very easy to learn and adapt. It's one of those games if you play with non-gamers, they're probably always going to pile up on you, maybe, depending on how badly they want to win the game. So for us, it's going to be a Purge, not something that necessarily we would get into, but, I mean, this game could be appealing to quite a few people.